Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to speak about bullet journaling. Some time ago I have received requests to film a video about bullet journaling 101 and basically speaking about my system for bullet journaling, what my approach is, what notebooks I use, what I do, what is the process that I follow. And this is going to be the day. So yesterday I just grabbed my notebook and I started jotting down a bunch of notes of things that I could tell you during this video, because I never went through the process of thinking really and truly about it and about what I use, what I do, so on and so forth. So I decided that I wanted a list of things that I am going to tell you during this video. You will be hearing the pages of my notebook turning because I have a lot of things to tell you. First and foremost, you are seeing all these notebooks. I decided to show you all these notebooks for one important reason. I have been using some of these notebooks all throughout my experience when I had bullet journals. So there were times when I had ring binders, traveler's notebooks in the regular size, others in the A5. And by the way, this is what I am using at the moment. I had notebooks from XOXO and I really love these notebooks. They are compact, they hold a lot of papers, and they are so cute. I had sort of binders like this. And then I have seen also on YouTube people that were using these sort of notebooks, as you can see, that are very thick. They are blank pages, but on the other side they are quite small in their size. So I have here A6 binders, which are these ones, and then I have also this one, and I'm just showing you a bunch of examples. So I just decided to line them up. This is another traveler's notebook that I have got from eBay. It's a little bit small from the standard size, but as you can see here, you can even put this gorgeous notebook into it and it would be simply beautiful together. What I am trying to tell you in all this is the first thing and the first tip that I am going to give you for your bullet journaling: you need to choose a notebook and a pen. This notebook and this pen, but I'm going for a moment to just forget about the pen. This notebook, in whatever form, style, whatever it will be, it needs to inspire you and it needs to give you the feeling that when you look at it, it will make you want to write into it. It will make you want to draw, to do whatever you want into it. So that is very important. It needs to inspire you. It needs to attract you. It needs to make you go for it, choose it once again, and all the time want to be in it. For example, there were times when I had my notebook, basically I just was so in love with the notebook that I was at that moment using, that I was opening the bag all the time, looking at my notebook, trying to find an excuse to get it out of the bag and just write into it. So that is the way that a notebook has to attract you. There are a gazillion videos about bullet journaling on YouTube, but all the people out there just apply their methods. There is a standard method on or how to use bullet journals, to set up your bullet journals, but you have just to find what inspires you. For example, I borrow different things for my bullet journals from the standard system, but I would just use it and arrange it the way I like to use it. I basically do not use the standard process for bullet journaling, but I just take what I like from it. So the first thing is that you find a notebook or any type of vessel. It could be just paper into a notebook. It could be just pieces of paper There's no need that you go out there and spend a lot of money on Filofaxes, on any other brand out there. They are wonderful, they are beautiful, but it doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money. You can go to your local shop, purchase whatever notebook you want. You can go on eBay, you can go on any other online shop. Whatever suits you, it will be okay. Remember that I like to say it, and I'm also very inspired by this, but a notebook is just a place where you are able to find peace. And that is what a bullet journal should translate to you, which is just peace of mind. And that is very, very important. Speaking of peace of mind, it has to give you just that, as I said, and peace from overwhelming and from the thought of you are going, from the thought of going to forget about something, or from the thought of there is something that you need to do, but somehow you are going to forget about it, or it's not going to get done. So when you open your notebook, your binder or whatever, it has to be a place where you know you can write whatever that is. For instance, this is what I'm using at the moment. As you can see, I have two main books in my A5 paper dory that I have made. And I have a moleskin here and sort of a moleskin type notebook, but it's not moleskin, it's just a normal notebook. And let me open it up. I just have this notebook, which has blank pages, as you can see, and I have sections because I have chosen to put some sections into it because I really want places just organized within my bullet journal. And I have also another place at the back. I don't know whether, I don't think I can show you, but anyways, I can. This is a planner which I am planning to create, a traveler's notebook. So basically I came here and I started scribbling whatever came to my mind. So I'm going to just show you a bunch of notes that I have. So apart from this, I have here some pages. I've done some research in the past days about another video, so I printed those pages and I put them there. And then I have another booklet here. This is sort of a moleskin, but it's just a normal notebook that I have purchased, and there I do put the nitty-gritty details of everything that has to be done during the day, even if I have to wash my hair, even if I need to go and put gas into my car, or anything which usually we do not plan because we know that they are just routine, is there, because that is a place that basically helps me to see what I will be doing during all the day. So here I do have the day in a very, very detailed way. Even if I have to go to work, I will still write it because that is the place where I do visualize everything that I have to do, the time that I will have available as free, or how much overwhelmed I am. The fact that I have been able to write it somewhere, it helps me not to be any more overwhelmed. So as bullet journal, you can use multiple ones depending on the category that you need to bullet journal about, or you can use just one and put the different sections into it. It just depends on what you like. So I would advise you basically to do a plan about what your bullet journal will include. You just have to decide that. So first you decide the notebook and you just get something that really inspires you and is nice for you to look at and to use. And then you need to just grab a piece of paper and decide what you are going to put into your bullet journal. You might also not decide at all and basically use your notebook to write random things into it and just use it as a place that can give you peace of mind. Remember, that is something very much important. And once you wrote something there, it has to make you feel that it is safe and it will be taken care of. So you are not anymore in panic mode or anxious that you are going to forget about it. there are also various options about your bullet journal. I am a person that basically just likes her bullet journal to be simple and just I am simply writing into it, and many times I just use highlighters. That's all. I do not use stickers, I do not use ephemera, I don't use nothing of that. I'm not saying they are not good, because they are beautiful. When I watch other people's videos, I really, really admire them for the amount of things they have in their planner. But I just want my planner, my bullet journal, whatever you may call it, to be simple and also functional. So that is so important to me. But you can decorate it and make it pretty. You can just want to be functional and simply keep up with your notes and your to-dos. You might have, for example, 2 sections into it. From one end of the booklet, you just plan your day. So you can start from a place like the back of your notebook, and you maybe, for example, I just have put my list of to-dos that don't have a date when they are going to get done, but I just wanted to put a note about what I had to do. And from the other side, you can start with the daily planning. It's basically up to your choice. You have to decide what you are going to put into your bullet journal. So that is very, very important. Otherwise, you can simply scribble and use it as a brain dump like I do. So for me, bullet journaling, it might be connected with planning. It is connected also with brain dumping, which is for me something very, very important. I don't want to go too much into the detail, about what I go through, what I do with the scribbles, because it just really and truly depends on what you like and on your choices about what you need to do. I am going to just tell you my preferences for the bullet journal, because once again, there are so many preferences. Once you have decided about the notebook, you have to decide about what will be the type of pages. For example, I love having bullet journals with blank pages like this one. I love it, and I think I will be using this guy here. This is chunky, so it would be much beautiful if I do add a bunch of the tabs to mark the dividers or the sections that I will be having. But the blank pages for me are more inspiring, and to be honest, to me they give me freedom. And when I'm saying freedom, I'm not contained into the lines or the grid or whatever type of paper there is in the notebook. I love having a blank page. I'm not afraid of blank pages, and I like to be free to be able to use it the way that I want to. Another thing is, I have had various bullet journals of different forms, however, never more than one. And the thing is that when you have multiple bullet journals, like when you have multiple planners, you end up writing something in a place, another thing in another place, and another thing in another place. And if they are not categorized, for example, you might say, but you have more than one. And exactly, I have this, and I have also this one. But they serve for different purposes. So what is written into this, it will not be written into the other. So if you have multiple notebooks, let's call them, for instance, notebooks. If you do have multiple ones, you will end up overwhelmed by your planning system. So that is very important, that you just choose the notebook that inspires you most, the one that makes you feel comfortable the most. And at the end of the day, you just keep up with it only. Because if you keep opening this one and writing something here, opening this one and writing something else, you will just end up not knowing where your things have ended, where they are basically. So it's very, very important that you ensure that you have one notebook and that is comfortable enough for you to accommodate whatever things you want to include, whatever things you need to write, whatever it is that you need to keep up with. So that is very important. So To summarize it all, you need to have a notebook that makes you feel good and that motivates you. You need to choose the form, whether it is lined, blank paper, whatever. And you need to decide on what categories and what things you are going to include into your bullet journal. Another thing, and I'm going to turn the page this time, is about the format that you are going to keep your bullet journaling into. As I said, there are a gazillion videos out there about bullet journals, and some people just use the standard size where they have the index, where they have different things, how they are going to transfer tasks from one page to another, etc. Those things never worked for me, and I can be honest on that. My bullet journaling is different. For example, I have a section for work notes, I have a section for things to buy, I have another for things to do in general without a date. I have my apartment notes, I have my holiday list, I have my holiday planning. In this moment, I also have my Christmas planning, and I also have a section for planner, crafts to do, etc. So I have divided my bullet journal into those sections. Then I have also left a bunch of space to scribble. So when I'm out and about, if something comes to my mind, I can just open those pages and start writing. And then I have also left another section of my bullet journal to include the daily planning if I need to. But for the sake, and since I have started this system for that thing, I just have this notebook here. So in this one, I do have all those other sections that I have mentioned, while in this one here, I have the daily planning. You might include this content that there is in here into this one, like any other person out there that usually has one bullet journal. To make me feel that I was having just one bullet journal, I have included the booklets into a paper diary that I have made myself. And as you can see, it's like having one booklet, because whenever I am taking one with me, I will be taking the other one too. Okay, looking at my system once again, I do have a planner, and I have showed my planner many times, and I have a planner which is a daily planner, and it's not here, it's not into these notebooks at this moment, but I do have a Filofax. At the moment I am using my Filofax Metropole, and I have a day per page. What happens in there is that there I can plan day by day what I will be doing. For example, if we're going to go to a play or we're going to go to the theater in the next 15 days, I will be finding the day related to that particular date and write there. So in my planner, I do all the forward planning. I can plan even for the next 2 months, for example. But in my bullet journal, it is something that I will be doing on a daily basis. I don't know whether I can get through the message in the right way in this moment, because I have been rambling for quite a lot of time now. And I hope I did not manage to annoy you, but I'm trying to give you all the information here. So my daily planner contains all the forward planning, and I have a day per page. So if I am going to plan for something that's happening in the next 2 months, I will just go to that particular day and I will be including it into that particular day on my planner. But at night, before I go to bed, in the evening basically, I just sit down with my bullet journal and I look at the next day. I include all the things that I have in my planner in my bullet journal, but I will also include all the things that usually I do not plan in advance. So if I have to go and do grocery shopping, and I know I have to do it tomorrow, or I need to go to get gas for my car, I will not plan for that in my daily planner, but I will be including it into my bullet journal. So that is something, my bullet journal is something that happens the day before. So I do only plan on a day-by-day basis. That's what happens in my system. But basically, I think I have given you quite an idea, and I hope I did so. But before I just close this video, and I hope that I managed to give a good response to the person that has requested this video, I just wanted to show you one important thing about my bullet journal, and I have started it with this. My bullet journal is my brain dump, first of all, and I just want to read to you these little points that I have written to explain what my bullet journal means to me. And the first point is, this is my brain dump. This is the place designed to give me peace and solution for my anxiety. This is where whatever crosses your mind is going to be written. This is the book you are going to reach out for when you feel overloaded with thoughts and things to be done or taken care of immediately or in the coming days. If you want to write, to draw, to list, to remember something after, or just a place where you can do whatever you want, get this book. This book needs to give you peace. And that is what your bullet journal or what your brain dump notebook in my case is going to be doing for you. It needs to give you peace. And don't worry if you feel that after a week the system is not working. Just remove that notebook, grab another one, start over again, and don't worry about anything. It's just a notebook. You can even burn it. It's not a crime. You are just removing one notebook and replacing it with another. So do whatever makes you feel comfortable. And that is my last message for this video. It's very important that when you look at your planner, at your bullet journal, at whatever it is, it makes you feel inspired and it makes you want to write into it. So keep that in mind, because for me that works wonderful. If I am happy to write in my bullet journal, I will also be happy to plan, and I will also be more happy to accomplish my to-dos and complete them. So that is my last message. I hope I managed to give you some good ideas and inspiration for your bullet journal. Until next video, take care. Bye.